Good day everyone, we are Group 3 and today we are going to discuss the ITCZ or also called as Intertropical Convergence Zone. Without further ado, lend me your ears and let's begin. So what is Intertropical Convergence Zone? The Intertropical Convergence Zone, or also known as doldrums by sailors, is a visible band of clouds consisting of showers with occasional thunderstorms that encircles the globe near the equator. This solid band of clouds may extend for many hundreds of miles and is sometimes broken into smaller line segments. It is the region where the trade winds of the northern and southern hemispheres converge. In the northern hemisphere, the northeast trade winds converge with southeast trade winds from the southern hemisphere. When the trade winds converge and force the air up into the atmosphere, the Intertropical Convergence Zone is formed. It also follows the sun in that the position varies seasonally. It moves north in the northern hemisphere summer and south in the northern hemisphere winter, which results in the wet and dry seasons of the tropics rather than the cold and warm seasons of higher latitudes.
In this region of surface convergence, air rises and continues its cellular journey. Along the ITCZ, it is usually very wet as the rising air develops into huge thunderstorms that drop copious amount of rain in the form of heavy showers. Thunderstorms also prevalent over water along the Intertropical Convergence Zone, where the low-level convergence of air helps to initiate uplift. The heat energy liberated in these storms help the Earth maintain its heat balance by distributing heat poleward. As it is warm all year long in the tropics, the weather is not characterized by 4 seasons, which, for the most part, is determined by temperature variations. Most of the tropics are marked by seasonal differences in precipitation. The greatest cloudiness and precipitation occur during the high sun period where the Intertropical Convergence Zone move into the region. During the dry season, precipitation can be irregular as periods of heavy rain lasting for several days may follow an extreme dry spell.
The sun crosses the equator twice a year during equinoxes, causing 2 wet seasons each year. During the winter and summer solstice, the tropics have their 2 dry seasons, when the sun is more north or south of the equator. Further from the equator, the 2 wet seasons merge into one, and the climate becomes more monsoonal, with 1 wet season and 1 dry season. In the northern hemisphere, the wet season is from May to July, and in the southern hemisphere from November to February.
The Philippines is considered a tropical country because it's near the equator and it experiences wet and dry seasons only, unlike the other countries having 4 seasons due to its location. The Philippines have 5 types of climate, including the tropical rainforest, tropical monsoon, tropical savanna, humid subtropical, and oceanic, that is characterized by relatively high temperatures, oppressive humidity, and plenty of rainfall. The latitude of the Philippines is primarily responsible for the country's climate because this location is near the equator and between the Hadley cells. The ITCZ Intertropical Convergence Zone also plays a huge role in affecting the climates of the Philippines. It only has the 2 seasons, which are the dry and wet seasons due to the movement of the ITCZ. Since the movement of the ITCZ affects the dry and wet seasons in the tropical climate regions, it is also the reason why the tropics are particularly vulnerable to droughts. The Philippines is also vulnerable to droughts due to its location near the ITCZ. As the ITCZ moves north and over the Philippines, it carries the maritime winds over the land. This will bring wet weather and therefore the wet seasons occur. As the ITCZ moves south, the Philippines will be experiencing hot and dry weather under the influence of the continental tropical winds, thus providing the perfect conditions for droughts to occur. Now, let us see a weather news report that happened in April 9, 2022.
Hindi inaasahang maglalandfall sa bansa ang bagyong binabantayan sa labas ng Philippine Area of Responsibility. Pero sa ilang bahagi ng bansa, posible maging maulan pa rin sa mga susunod na araw. Ating saksihan.
Biglang rumagasa ang kulay putik na tubig sa tuyong ilog na ito sa La Libertad, Negros Oriental. Sa taas ng tubig, binaha ang ilang bahay. Mahigit 10 pamilya ang inilikas. Bumaha rin sa Sipalay, Negros Occidental dahil sa ulan at pag-apaw ng ilog. May mga kahoy ring bumara sa ilog. Lumusong sa hanggang baywang na tubig ang mga residente para tanggalin ang mga bara. Sa Tagbilaran, Bohol, bumaha rin sa ilang bahay dahil sa tuloy-tuloy na ulan. Magdamag din ang ulan sa San Antonio Island sa Northern Samar, kaya bumaha rin at nagka-landslide pa. Sa Bulan, Sorsogon, pilit na sinuong ng mga residente ang tubig sa umapaw na spillway para makatawid sa kabilang barangay. Ang isang babae nga, kinarga na ng isang lalaki. May ulan din sa norte. Sa Dinapigue, Isabela, tumirik sa gitna ng baha ang isang tricycle. Ang mga ulan at baha sa ilang lugar sa Visayas at Bicol ay dala ng Intertropical Convergence Zone at Low Pressure Area. May binabantayan ding bagyo na nasa labas ng Philippine Area of Responsibility. May international name itong Malakas at nagbabadyang pumasok ng PAR sa Lunes Santo. Kaya sa weekend, asahan ang maghapong ulan sa buong bansa. Thunderstorms naman ang inaasahang magpapaulan sa Metro Manila. Victoria Tulad, GMA News.
Mga kapuso, saksihan ang unang pasok ng mga balita. Maaaring mapanood ang Saksi at ang iba pang GMA Newscast sa youtube.com/GMA News. I-click lang ang subscribe button. At sa mga kapuso abroad, maaari po kaming masubaybayan sa GMA Pinoy TV at www.gmanews.tv.